All right, everybody, welcome back to the Infinite Regression. I promised myself that I would review games today until I found one that I actually enjoyed playing. And we are still on the hunt. Which brings us to the 39 Steps. See here, we've done boop doop boop boo. I played this one earlier today. It sucked. I played this one. It had pieces of a good game in it, but it was ultimately disappointing. Now, the 39 Steps. Now, look, I'm going to be perfectly honest. 39 Steps, I was like, hey, that's a Hitchcock film. I know that. I know a thing or two about Hitchcock. And so I did a little bit of research. Apparently, it was a novel originally by John Buchan. Yes, the same John Buchan that was a member of Canadian Parliament all those years. Anyway, and it's been made into 3 films, but I believe that Hitchcock's was the earliest. Anyway, this could be interesting. Could be interesting. Who knows? We're going to hit play. We're going to find out. Because it could actually be good. Yeah. Alright. We're going to let this play out. Hit return to skip. The story mechanics. We're gonna let these... Oh, hey now. It's an opening credit sequence. I'm going to... Yes, apparently Oprah was amazing. That's what it looks like when my volume goes down. Anyway. Boom. Yes, John Buchan's espionage thriller. I'm not loving how, like, look at the ziggy zaggies. What's that called? The artificing? I don't know my graphics terms. I just know that it's bad when you're, when your straight lines have jaggedy edges. They have, good graphics cards and, like, things to make that not the case. I'm liking this art style, though. Like, oh, this looks really cool. I like what I'm seeing. Decent. Okay, Gaelic Book Trust. Okay, if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm pretty sure that 39 Steps, the book, has gone into the public domain, which is what may have made this starring Nick Underwood, Benny Young. Is there going to be voice acting? There might be voice acting. I'm excited for, like, any half-competent game design, like, at this point, if... Okay. Greg Hemphill? Greg Hemphill. I know that name. Hold up. Hey Siri, who is Greg Hemphill? I swear to God I know that name.
Here's what I found.
British actor and comedian. Okay. Yeah, I probably know him from something. I swear to God, I've seen... Yes, it's a game. It does. It might be like a graphic novel. Okay, Greg Hemphill, Scottish comedian. Best known for his work for Kiernan on the BBC Scotland comedy series Chewing the Fat and Still Game. Anyway, he looks okay. He looks vaguely familiar. I can't place him exactly, but I know I've seen him in something. Okay, player name. We're not going with empty. We are going with butt fart. Blank Inside is also a good one. Player name empty 2. Blank Inside. Okay, playtime 0 minutes. Wait, are these different save files? Oh, I played 3 minutes on my butt fart game. I better continue. Card 0, 25 awards. Alright. Now this logo, this graphic right here, seems to me that, like, this looks like the book cover or like a DVD cover that I've seen of the Hitchcock film. Rotate your mouse clockwise to advance the text. Okay. Anti-clockwise makes you go back. But I'm just clicking. I'm not even... Okay. The 30... Okay, here's the problem. I've got dual monitors and it's not locking. When you see one, that's your cue to interact. Okay. Largely a pointer-free experience. Apartment. Oh, so it's a point and clicker. Alright, I'm gonna be honest with you. Do not love point and click games. I know some people are very big on point and click adventures because you get very, like, beautiful artwork that, okay, when in explore mode, you can click and drag the mouse to look around. You can also interact with glowing objects. Okay. You know what? I will say this for this game so far. It actually explains itself and how to... Okay, I can move around. Alright. Is this a glowing object? It is. Dear Mr. Hannay, welcome to England. I hope your journey from Rhodesia was not too arduous. This is a good time. Is setting yourself in time. With, you know, this being a telegram and this being, Rhodesia and whatnot. Would you like to come into the bank? We can discuss matters regarding your Rhodesian mining shares. If you could please make an appointment with my clerk, Mr. Scoop, on Temple 6733. Yours sincerely, K.D. Lang. Wait, alright. Sweet. Back. Okay. So I've interacted there. I think I'm gonna have to... Oh no, I don't want to create a bookmark. Alright, I'm done here. Thank you. That is all I can... The graduate. Congratulations, you made it through our short tutorial and have been given an award for your efforts. There are 15 more of these to collect. Okay, I didn't do much. I looked at one letter. Like... You will shortly begin your journey through the 39 steps. All progress will be autosaved, but you can also use bookmarks to manage your progress. Okay, that's what I did. So when I hit W, because I was thinking I would use the keyboard for a second, because I've been playing a lot of keyboard-based games, it saved a bookmark, and that will help me progress back there. Right-click or hit the spacebar to return to the main menu. This also acts as pause. Okay, new event, the wrong ditch. Okay, let's see. Are there 39? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There are only 19 steps. I call bullcrap. Anyway. Wait, hold up. The wrong ditch. Richard Hannay is living in London, England. He yearns for a more interesting life. Okay, indeed I do. Let's play the wrong ditch. Monday, 18th May 1914, London, England. Here I am, indeed. Little zoom on this makes it seem little sound effects, little something. I returned from the city on that May afternoon, pretty well disgusted with life. Okay, wait, why did you show me the names of voice actors if they're not going to be voice actors in it? I'd been 3 months out in the old country and was fed up. Going inside into this library full of leather-bound books. Yes, and this
Richard
is just
Hannay, you
auto-scrolling.
have got into the wrong ditch, my friend, and you had better climb out.
You've got into the wrong ditch, my friend. You'd better climb out. Okay. What? Okay. The carer? Okay, let's go with the present. A lot of imperious ladies have asked me to meet schoolmasters from New Zealand and editors from Vancouver, and that was the most dismal business of all. I had no real pal to go about with, which probably explains things. Plenty of people invited me to their houses, but they didn't seem much interested in me. I'd counted on stopping in London for the rest of them. I was the best bored man in England. Okay. Alright, father brought me out of Scotland to South Africa at the age of 6. I'd never been home since. I grew up in Cape Colony, which was then under British rule. Teenager. Spent much of my time in the Zambezi, where I would fish. There are several hundred species in its waters, including the infamous tiger fish and Zambezi shark. The wide open spaces of the Veld also interested me greatly, in the various methods of survival, survival in such an uncompromising landscape. That would be less sad if I didn't literally, work with words for a living. I'd earned my pile, not one of the big ones, but good enough for me. I'd put in 3 years prospecting for copper in German Daramaland and spoke the German tongue pretty fluently. I went on to become a mining engineer in Kimberley. Kimberley is a place in South Africa where I was instrumental to the formation of De Beers Consolidated Mines, which actually that's a real thing. De Beers owns so many of the diamonds in the world. And yeah, it's just the more you learn about their business practices, the more horrified you are. And the more you like to say, hey, let's not ever spend money on diamonds. Anyway, diamond mines were a rough business with countless good men lost in horrific accidents. Okay. The soldier. I served the British forces during the Matabele conflict and was decorated for my role. I served 2 years with the Imperial Light Horse and was an intelligence officer at Delagoa Bay in the Second Boer War. I lost many friends during those wars. Of course you did. Old chap. My final years in Africa were in the municipality of Bulawayo, where I had fought during the Matabele War. I resided once again with my father, who had taken ill. After he died, I decided to leave the Cape and head back to the old country. Okay, I am done. Am I gonna get another... Okay, this is one of those, it's moving slow. And I know I'm not in the mood for a slow-moving game right now. Here was I, 37 years old, sound and in wind and limb, with enough money to have a good time, yawning my head off all day. Don't talk to me about yawning. I had a long drink and read the evening papers. They were told of the road near East, and there was an article about Caroline Liz, the Greek premier. From all accounts, he seemed one big man in a show. He played a straight game, too, which is my wrong. I like that it gives you ambient noise in the background, but the art is nice, and the story is a story. Oh, for my homeland of Scotland. Someone had loaded the cylinder player. I felt a deep nostalgia for my homeland of Scotland. As Annie Laurie filled the room, it did, and I was grateful for it. I'm done with the Colonial Club. Okay. If something doesn't happen soon, I am going to quit this game and just be like, well, about 6 o'clock I went home. Oh, St. James Square, and we're moving in a straight line. Where are we going? New Cavendish Street. Okay, if nothing happens, if we don't have like a, you know, cute looking dame coming in and she's eyes are all full of tears and she's asking me, I need your help. My flat is the first floor in a new block behind Langham Woods. Oh, that's right, this guy is Scottish. Anyway. Enter! My Scottish accent is not working very well today. There's no restaurant or anything of that sort. And each flat was quite shut off from the others. Look, I'm gonna... Let's examine, because it's what you do. That's me. Dear Richard, how is London? I do hope Paddock is looking after you well. That your luck on the horses is lasting out. 10-1 it is. Now here's a tale for you. Last month in the Kalahari, I found myself in a tight spot. After 2 days on the plain, I lost my way and could not find the river. I was forced to go without water 3 days, and I live with Then I ran into my old an old chief to whom I owe money. Because of my debt, he refused to help me, so I had to continue on my feet. The desert is not kind to any man, but I made it out, and a man in Tangakia sold me a Rhodesian Ridgeback, which will be my partner in future hunts. Okay, alright. Alright. Oh, so I can't look in on anybody else's mail? Alright, well, let's ascend. Okay, ominous music is playing. Maybe I'll open this door and something will happen. Draw the symbols as they appear. Whoop. Whoop. Oh.
Wrong way.
Oh, you right. Thank you. Okay, I don't like those timed events. And also, I can't see the cursor thing on my
Paddock?
page all the time.
That's me home. I'll be heading out for dinner.
I don't know why I'm a ghost. Like, why am I a ghost? I hate servants on the premises, so I had a fellow to look after me. Came in day by day, arrived at 8 o'clock in the morning, used to depart at 7, for I never dined at home. Okay. I'm just getting bored. Like, I know that I should be more patient, but I'm not. I'm just not. Oh, are we gonna go back to the map and just wander around some more? Like, I haven't really had any really interesting choices so far in this game. Dined at the Cafe Royale and then headed elsewhere for entertainment. Like, I mean, if I wanted to know exactly how bored... Like, this guy is talking about being the most bored man in London, and it's like, yeah, if I was in London playing this game, I might be the most bored man in London. Oh, there's my thing again. Okay. Leicester Square, or the music halls. Let's go to the music halls. Countless music halls of London... Oh my god, is that Nathan Lane? Is that Nathan Lane? And, who would this be? Friggin', Lily Tomlin? Anyway, regardless, that does not look very much like Lily Tomlin, but we're going with it. Countless music halls... I'm choking on this game. One of President Way farces of all styles played a conspicuous part in this week's bill. Really? Now I just go. Okay, I don't feel like any of my choices have one of the Leicester Square. Resplendent theater varieties can be found. Show of the Alhambra caught my eye, and I'm going to be sure of the act until it has been seen. Okay. What? Okay, I'm sorry. This is going nowhere, and it's going so slowly. If I could say it's going nowhere fast, that would be different. It was a silly show. I did not stay long. Okay, good for me. Wait, it wanted me to go there? So it kind of forced my hand. Okay. We're exiting this. I'm sorry. Nope, no mas. You can stop. Okay, people, here's the thing. Like, alright. I played some point and click games in my time. The old King's Quest games, point and click, and they had actual consequences. It was a really cool one. I wish I could find that I played, like back in the old DOS days. Actually, there were some really good point and click games, like Day of the Tentacle, which has been remastered recently. I mean, even Myst, which I really enjoyed, the first Myst game was largely point and click. There was a lot of point and click stuff, puzzle bits and whatnot, but you weren't like walking around with WASD, like you were pointing and clicking and moving around and interacting largely with the mouse. And you know, it could be done. It could be done in an interesting way that gets you into the game quickly. But this, like 39 steps, is not. It's not winning me over. And maybe I didn't play it for long enough. And maybe it's just I don't know. But I'm not enjoying it. And maybe it's just that I'm in the mood for a different kind of game. Like, I'm not saying it's terrible, but I just didn't feel like any of my choices mattered. And the fact that, like, I go out for the evening and, so I went to the one place and it's like, oh, it was a thing. And then I went to the other place and it's like, oh, you were at this club. And it seemed like that's where it wanted me to go all along. And it's like, come on, game. Like, why? Okay. Remember when somebody did the weirdest protest ever that probably was not received in the proper way? But they were very angry when Mass Effect 3 came out, and they were like, this is bullcrap. Because the problem was, you know, with Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2, like, your choices had consequences. You know, like there were characters who would die, and then you could carry over a game save to the next game, and that, you know, from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2, and the characters that you let die in the first game would not be there in the second one, and it would have an impact on the game as you played through it. And so you could start with one Commander Shepard and play all the way through Mass Effect 1 and Mass Effect 2 and have like every choice be consequential, which is what you ultimately want. Like if you're building a game around choices, you have to have choices that actually matter. And the fact that I sat there for like, how long? I don't know, 10, 15 minutes? Like, not that long, but 10, 15 minutes, you should have at least one consequential choice in the game. But there was no consequential choice. It was like, I'm bored. I never eat at home. I'm going to go out. Like, nothing I did made any difference. I didn't really interact with anyone. There was really no, I don't know. Like, I know that it's still the exposition part of the story, but I felt like I sort of got it. And that the story could just move on. And maybe I was like 2 clicks away from it moving on. But like, the fact that I go home and there's ominous music and then there's a guy who's not there, you know, not interacting with me, and then I go out. I don't know what to say about it. Anyway, let me pause real quick. Okay, and I'm back. All right, you know, I was doing some complaining. I know I was about the 39 steps, but like, it's not it's not like it's horrible. It's not like objectively awful. You know, it has. Okay, I put this under the games that suck. I don't know that that's necessarily fair. Maybe I played this before and was like, this goes nowhere in a hurry. But I mean, like, the people have pictures of out in the countryside and like mountains, and there's an old clock, and like, I don't know. I don't know. Look, it's $5 on Steam, and would I recommend it to others? No. No, I would not. Close. Anyway, but look, here's my final score. Final score, not my cup of tea. Like, not really a game. I was just sort of not going to enjoy that one no matter what. I bet there are people who really enjoy that kind of game. I don't, you know, and like I said, I've played some point and clickers. I was thinking like there was even a Perry Mason game that, and I played as a kid, and boy, just kids love Perry Mason. Just kidding. But yeah, listening to that brah ba bum on an old like 386, you know, blasting out the PC speaker. Like we didn't even have like an ad lib sound card or a sound blaster. Anyway, but yeah, I played that game. Like I played it for hours, and maybe it's just because I didn't have as much entertainment back then. But you know what? Like, no, the King's Quest games are good. Like, why would they remake Day of the Tentacle if it was no good? You know, they wouldn't do that. They remade it, and people actually like it. And it's just not my cup of tea. And, you know, if you're bringing me a teacup and it's got green tea in it, I'm going to be like, you know what? Go back, try again. Because black tea. Here's the funny thing. People get all jazzed about green tea, like, oh, it's so healthy for you and whatnot. Really though? Really? Because white tea, green tea, and black tea all come from the same plant. It's the difference between. I mean, white tea is like not even they barely even dry it. Green tea is like dried a little bit, and black tea is fully oxidized so that it tastes good. And that's the only difference. But whatever health benefits there are for green tea, you can say the same thing for black tea. It's just that green tea, it sounds so healthy. Oh, it's green. It's green for the environment and it's green for my body. Oh, yeah. But no, I don't prefer the taste of green tea. I prefer the taste of black tea. That's just me. And so this game, I'm not gonna call it terrible. The art style was good. It, you know, it has things going for it. It's just not the sort of thing that I'm bound to enjoy. So I'm probably never gonna play it again. But at least I didn't pay for it. And it's only $5 if I had. But even then, like, I think I would rather spend $5 on something else. Anyway, people, have a great one. We'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it'll be a game that I actually enjoy.